Well, here we are at Kalgoorlie for round one of the $500,000 World Series Sprintcars Western Swing Opener. And the 95 Lucas car, Queenslander Andrew Shirley, has looked very impressive in recent weeks. He picked up a main event win at the tough Parramatta City Raceway circuit and is hoping to be the first Queenslander ever to win a round of the World Series. Skip Jackson starts on the pole in the skilled engineering Jackson built number 7. Waiting for a start, it's a good-looking launch, and Andrew Shirley is our race leader. Drops back down onto the low side. Back in the field, Scott Milling, the Kalgoorlie boy in the Austrac, number 25, Buzzy Buswell prepared car. Max Dumsney runs him in deep through turn number 3 and 4. Andrew Shirley getting away and doing quite a giant killing job of it. Beautifully decked out car. The number 95 machine rockets into turn number 3. Skip Jackson sitting in behind him. The man who is the defending World Series Sprintcars champion. In fact, Phil March from South Australia has put himself up in a second. Well, there is a turn up for the books. The Maxwell Motors, number 3 of Flying Phil March, one of the most celebrated drivers in South Australia, I guess really since Bill Barrows. Nice wheel stand from Skip Jackson, the 1997 Knoxville USA track champion. What a year he's had. Just look at this lineup. Brooke Tatnell way back in the field, struggling just a little bit here at Kalgoorlie. It's a track that's really considered a level playing field. Even though it's in Western Australia, there's no real home track advantage. The Sandgropers very rarely run at the circuit. Phil March dialing himself in well. Former Australian speed car champion, turned his hand to sprint cars several years back. He's very unlucky on occasion. You'll see him tear up a lot of gear, unfortunately being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Andrew Shirley, meanwhile, on cruise mode. You'll notice he's running down on the bottom of the circuit. That's generally where you run at Kalgoorlie. The place does tend to slick off, although at the moment, the boys are getting plenty of bite. 700 horsepower laid to the track, and Shirley doing the best of it. Lap traffic is now going to be an issue, however. You can see he's about to come up on the back of this lap field, and it's going to be tough. I think it might be Paul Stubber, the first person he's about to put a lap down on. Now, this is where it gets interesting. If you don't have any experience in lapping traffic, you're generally going to struggle. And Andrew Shirley, only a young racer, probably doesn't have a lot of time trying to put lap downs on cars. However, that man right there, the O'Brien Aluminium number 7 car of Skip Jackson, is probably going to excel in these conditions. Races 12 months in the year, 6 months in the USA, 6 months in Australia. Makes every Aussie sprint car driver green with envy. Max Dumsney, still one of the most gifted and versatile racers in Australian motorsport. Back to the Valvoline, Ian Varley preferred, number 5 car, in off turn 4. Good run just at the moment from Dumsney sitting there in the 3rd spot. Here is Shane Cricky, one of the famous racing Cricky family members in the Castrol Racing Bunbury Toyota number 2 car. Shifted to Maxim chassis for this year, is generally a Murphy pilot, but is doing a neat job at Kalgoorlie, the best West Aussie as a matter of fact, alongside Scotty Milling, the local hope, setting auto action quick time earlier in the night. There is Gary Rush. Sprint car fans need no introduction to the number 2 Castrol Maxim. It's Gary Rush's last year in sprint car racing, over 3 decades of competition, and the undisputed master blaster of racing will hang up the boots at the end of this year. Terry Bracken in the Titan Garages, number 36 car, another hot young prospect out of Queensland. Now Andrew Shirley, under some pressure from Phil March, who has a lot more experience than the youngster, takes him on the inside. Oh, heavy work out of 4. Woo, well, Phil March not afraid to rub wheels. Well, let's have a look at the incident again. Shirley gets in a little hot, but he didn't move up track too much. March sees there's an opportunity. Look at the wheel stand. He's probably on the infield at this point. Comes off the circuit. Look at Shirley. There's no way he's going to get out of the gas. That's what damaged Phil March's front wing. But Shirley's not going to give up. Not when he's leading his very first ever World Series Sprint Cars main event. I tell you what, both those guys, very lucky boys. Still, the lead unchanged. Here is Marchie getting plenty of bite out of this circuit. Front wing damage, as you can see. Now, that may affect the handling of the car. It wouldn't be too bad. It'd certainly be a lot worse if he'd lost that. Those front wings, they do put a lot of pressure and a lot of weight down on the front end when the air presses against them. Coming up now, about to put a lap down on Trevor Green from South Australia, is your race leader, the talented Queenslander, Andrew Shirley, powering onto the main straight in the Lucas 95. She is doing a great job, this youngster. Coming up behind Trevor Green now, another one of the talented young bright lights on the horizon of sprint car racing. The South Aussie struggling just a little bit, just up ahead of him. Looks like it was Chaz Calandro from South Australia. Max Dumsney right up behind Jackson, who in turn has got marched by the shirt sleeves. Well, this could be a beauty of a finish. Dumsney, ooh, a wisp of blue smoke just then from the Valvoline number 5, right in behind him. And we're talking about Max Dumsney, of course. Skip Jackson just up ahead. Look at Max working him over. Well, Dumsney will know there's going to be no easy ride here. Skip Jackson, a very gifted racer, and sitting right on that bottom line, is not going to allow Dumsney any room at all. Wow, hasn't Jackson got a tough job here? Look at this, the top 4 cars, and we've got them all running within a bikini strap of each other. This is great stuff. Shirley bounces through the ruts at Kalgoorlie for round 1 of the $500,000 World Series Sprint Cars Western Swing Opener. And lap traffic now starting to play a part. Fortunately for Shirley, everybody's moving up track and doing the right thing. Dumsney working Jackson over Deluxe. 3 and 4 is getting really rutted out. There's Max Dumsney, NASCAR, touring car sometimes, sprint car, a former Formula 500 national champion as well, and even toyed with motocross in his spare time. So there's not much that Max Dumsney hasn't done in motor racing. Shirley still your leader in the 95 Lucas car, doing a great job. Jackson applies a lot of pressure to March. No one's going to affect an inside pass on anybody. If they do, they might run over the ambulance. You can see everybody hanging onto the curb. Oh, look at this. Really starting to bunch up now. This is a very good looking run. Brett Lacey is in the chance here as well. Very distinctive looking car, quite different to what we've seen the former Australian sprint car champ Brett Lacey from Victoria run. Max bicycling this car around the circuit. Very smooth run from Phil March. You can see how off the gas they are in the corners. Hard on the pedal down the straights, off the gas in the corners. Rim right it out of turn number 4. Margie picking up the left front. Shirley now has the 2 South Aussies, Chaz Calandro and Trevor Green, to contend with. Ooh, he's a little bit loose out of the turns. Probably looking up track here thinking, how am I going to work these two out? They're having their own battle, and I've got to somehow muscle my way past and not let Phil March through. Dumsney has got Jackson. Lacey is back there as well. Here comes Mark Wells, the Geraldton Jet of sprint car racing for PMFM 92.9, and Kendrick Racing, problem here. The 54 car might be Eddie Gobby or Ant Kinley. I'm not sure. It's Eddie Gobby, I think, in the 54 Kinley Racing team based out of Newman. There is Anthony Lambert, the Ferguson Motorsports Club Crocodile 77, and Stubber and Gobby back in the field. Here comes Gary Rush, followed by Bracken. But a great drive to Andrew Shirley. He'll collect the win. What a fantastic job. Phil March from South Australia in second. Max Dumsney in third. Go back to Skip Jackson in fourth. Wow, it is an interstate shutout here. There is your winner. Doing it one extra time, the Lucas 95. What a great drive from this young man. Creating a little bit of history as the Banana Menders infiltrate WA and steal the loot in round 1 of the $500,000 World Series Sprint Cars Western Swing. Be very happy with that drive, the young man. He's beaten a lot of big names, and you can see he's absolutely elated. Great drive from Kalgoorlie, Andrew Shirley.